Hello, students. Welcome to the class 12 Indian Economics, Chapter 6 Rural Development. Today, we will discuss about the agricultural marketing system. Prior to independence, farmers, while selling their produce to traders, suffered from faulty weighing and manipulation of accounts. Indian farmers were confined to subsistence farming. They sold a very small proportion of their produce to pay old debts and meet some other requirements of consumption. They were forced to sell their produce at low price in as they had weak bargaining power and due to lack of required information of prevailing prices. They did not have the required information on prevailing prices. They also did not have proper storage facilities to keep back their produce for selling later at a better price. Even today, more than 10% of goods produced in farms are wasted due to lack of storage. Even those who could take their produce to the wholesale markets did have little knowledge about organized markets. All this required an improvement in the system. State intervention became necessary to regulate the activities of private traders. We needed some mechanism through which produced goods could reach different places. Such mechanism depends on the market channels. Agricultural marketing is a process that involves the assembling, storage, processing, transportation, packaging, grading, and distribution of different agricultural commodities across the country. Through this system, the farmers can sell their surplus at fair prices in the wholesale market. Various market channels exist which help the farmers to sell their produce at reasonable prices in the market. Let us see the measures initiated by government to improve agricultural marketing system after independence. The government have established a regulation of market. This was the first step to create orderly and transparent marketing conditions by and large. This policy benefited farmers as well as consumers. And second one, provision of physical infrastructure. This measure attempts to make provision of physical infrastructure facilities like roads, railways, warehouses, godowns, cold storages, and processing units. These facilities will help in strengthening the market channels. However, the current infrastructural facilities are quite inadequate. We need to develop more infrastructural facilities to ensure high growth rate of economy. Third one is the cooperative marketing. Cooperative marketing in realizing fair prices for farmers' products is the third aspect of government initiative. The success of milk cooperatives in transforming the social and economic landscape of Gujarat and some other parts of the country is testimony to the role of cooperativeness. Under this system, farmers get together and form marketing societies in to sell the produce collectively and take benefit of collective bargaining to secure a better price of their product. And fourth one is the minimum support price. It is an important step initiated by government to give assurance of minimum support price for agricultural products, maintenance of buffer stocks of wheat and rice by FCI. The government fixes minimum support price to encourage the farmers to sell their produce, and the government buys the excess supply from the farmers and maintains buffer stocks of these products and uses these during emergencies. The Food Corporation of India purchases food grains at the procurement prices in order to maintain rational prices for the farmers to give them sufficient incentives. Distribution of food grains and sugar through public distribution systems. And next one, problems of agricultural marketing in India. There are certain problems arise in the agricultural marketing in India. The present system of agricultural marketing suffers from number of defects in spite of the measures taken by government to improve the marketing system. These are predominance of private traders, distressed sale, lack of transport facilities, lack of regulated markets, lack of infrastructural facilities, and long chain of intermediaries. These are the problems of agricultural marketing in India. Now let us see the suggestions to improve the agricultural marketing system. In the light of above defects in the agricultural marketing system, improvement in the system is urgently required. Some of the suggestions are: government intervention should increase where private traders predominate agricultural markets. More of rural periodic markets should be developed so that full potential of rural markets can be realized. There should be increased provision of more infrastructural facilities like warehouses, cold storages, so that the farmers do not have to make distress sell. And next one, abolition of intermediaries to be seriously undertaken from the large chain of middlemen so that the returns to the farmers do not fall too much. Provision of standardization and grading of products should be modernized in order to make them comparable and competitive. Dissemination of market related information should be more properly and extensively done through electronic media and print media so that farmers are aware of current market conditions. New cooperative marketing societies should be established and the existing ones should be improved. All financial institutions, commercial banks should provide easy credit to the farmers as and when required by them. Agricultural marketing has come a long way with the intervention of the government in various forms. Some scholars argue that commercialization of agriculture offers them tremendous scope for farmers to earn higher incomes provided the government intervention is restricted. Now come to the alternative marketing channels. Emerging alternative marketing channels, it has been realized that if farmers directly sell their produce to consumers, it increases their incomes. Some examples of those channels are Apni Mandi in Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan, Hadaspar Mandi, Pune, रायता, बाजार, वेजिटेबल एंड फ्रूट मार्केट, आंध्र प्रदेश.
You heard a sound bell ringing bell at 2:30 p.m. This is the signal that you are to reach to your classrooms for
उजावर,
the recording of your lecture video. All the subject teachers are reminded that they must be seen at a particular classroom for the recording of their lecture video.
these are the several alternative marketing channels through which the help in reducing the price risks of farmers and would also expand the market for farm products.
You must be seen at your classroom.
Now,
Thank you.
next topic is the diversification of agriculture. Agriculture is the backbone of Indian economy. Major proportion of workforce of the country depends on agriculture. Most of the agricultural employment activities are concentrated in the Kharif season, but during the Rabi season, it becomes difficult to find gainful employment due to inadequate irrigation facilities, depending exclusively on farming only for earning a livelihood is not sufficient. Expansion of work areas is equally essential to explore new areas to work to increase levels of income, to overcome poverty and other tribulations. Therefore, diversification in agriculture is required so that gainful employment for surplus labor can be located in allied activities in agriculture and other non-farm activities. The need for diversification area arises from the fact that there is greater risk in depending exclusively on farming for livelihood. तो डाइवर्सिफिकेशन एग्रीकल्चर को डाइवर्सिफाई होना चाहिए कि वो जो क्रॉप कर रहे हैं फूड क्रॉप्स, तो दूसरे तरह के फूड जैसे चावल गेहूं के अलावा वे दलहन और तिलहन का उत्पादन करें. एक ही तरह का क्रॉप ना बोएं, जिसकी डिमांड हो मार्केट में, जिसकी ज़रूरत हो, जिसके ज़्यादा प्राइसेस मिले, उस तरह के फसल किसान अपने खेतों में उगाएं और जिससे उनको ज़्यादा मुनाफा मिल सके. जैसे दाल महंगे हैं तो दाल की खेती की जाए, तेल जैसे सरसों ये सब की खेती की जाए तो उन्हें ज़्यादा फायदे होंगे. Diversification of crop production. It implies producing diverse variety of crops rather than one single crop. It refers to shift from single cropping system to multi-cropping system. तरह तरह के सिस्टम अपनाने चाहिए और दूसरे तरह के अनाज बोने चाहिए. Diversification of production activity, employment. As agriculture is already overcrowded, a major proportion of the increasing labor force needs to find alternative employment opportunities in other non-farm sectors. Non-farm activities have several subsectors. Some subsectors are dynamic as they have sufficient infrastructure to grow, while other subsectors have the potential but do not have sufficient infrastructure to develop as they are in subsistence, low productivity propositions. The dynamic subsectors include agro-processing industries, food processing industries, leather industry, tourism, etc. Other subsectors include traditional home-based industries like pottery, crafts, handlooms, and so on. And majority of rural women find employment in agriculture, while men in rural areas used to look for non-farm employment. In recent times, women have also began looking for non-farm jobs. These are the various diversifications through which the rural development can be made in our economy. Let us study the important non-farm area of employment. It is one, animal husbandry. In India, the farming community uses the mixed crop livestock farming system. Cattle, goats, fowl are the widely held species. So there is a more opportunity in the animal husbandry also, and this can be attributed mainly to the successful implementation of Operation Flood. Meat, eggs, wool, and other byproducts are also emerging as important productive sectors for diversification. And second one is fisheries. The fishing community regards the water body as mother or provider. The water bodies consisting of sea, oceans, rivers, lakes, natural aquatic ponds, streams, etc. are therefore an integral and life-giving source for the fishing community. In India, after progressive increase in budgetary allocation and introduction of new technologies in fisheries and aquaculture, the development of fisheries has come a long way. Presently, fish production from inland sources contributes about 64% to the total fish production, and the balance 36% comes from the marine sector. Today, total fish production accounts for 0.8% of the total GDP. Among states, Kerala, Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu are the major producer of marine products. A large share of fish worker families are poor, increasing underemployment, low per capita earnings, absence of mobility of labor to other sectors, and a high rate of illiteracy and indebtedness are some of the major problems fishing community face today. Even though women are not involved in active fishing, about 60% of the workforce in export marketing and 40% in internal marketing are women. There is a need to increase credit facilities through cooperatives and other groups to fisher women to meet the working capital requirements for marketing. And third one is horticulture. It is an important sector for diversification in agriculture. Blessed with a varying climate and soil conditions, India has adopted growing of diverse horticulture crops such as fruits, vegetables, tuber crops, flowers, medicinal and aromatic plants, spices, and plantation crops. These crops play a vital role in providing food and nutrition besides addressing employment concerns. Horticulture sector contributes nearly one third of the value of agricultural output and 6% of GDP of India. And fourth one is other alternate livelihood options, increasing role of information technology. The IT has revolutionized many sectors in the Indian economy. There is a strong belief that IT can play a critical role in achieving sustainable development and food security in the 21st century. तो IT सेक्टर में भी बहुत सारी संभावनाएं हैं और इससे भी रोजगार के ज़्यादा अवसर मिल सकते हैं। गवर्नमेंट्स कैन प्रिडिक्ट एरिया ऑफ फूड इनसिक्योरिटी एंड वल्नरेबिलिटी यूजिंग appropriate information and software tools to so that action can be taken to prevent or reduce the likelihood of an emergency. It also has a positive impact on the agriculture sector as it can disseminate information regarding emerging technologies and its applications, prices, weather, and soil conditions for growing different crops, etc. Accordingly, quality and quantity of crops can be increased manifold. IT has potential of employment generation in rural area. Experiments with IT and its application to rural development are, are carried out in different parts of India. Information technology has entered into a knowledge economy and has great potential of generating employment in rural area. IT acts as a tool for utilizing the creative potential and capabilities embedded in the society. These are the several aspects of the uh, diversification in agriculture so that the rural development can be made in our economy. Next day, we will discuss about the sustainable development and organic farming. Rest is well. Thank you.